so today we're going to look at transformations as they apply to geometric shapes on the coordinate plane. So they ask us to redraw this figure using the following translations. Now, before we can even get to the translations, I need to know where these points are, so that way I can translate them. Translation is like a slide, either left or right, maybe you're stretching it. But I need to know where my points are so I know how they're going to be impacted. So let's do that out here. So this point all the way to the left, we're going to call that's at -6, 2. Then we're going to be at -2, 5. Then 3, 2. And then -4, 0. No, I said that backwards. 0, -4. These are my original points. Okay, so for those points, when it says shifted up 4, well, which one goes up and down? The y-axis. Shifted up, that's going to be y, and it's going to be +4. So we're going to have to take our original points and add 4 to all the y's. So let me try to figure out a way to work this out here. So -6, 2. So our original point was at -6, 2. Now I'm going to have to add 4 to the y. So that's going to be -6, 6. And then it was at -2, 5. So initially we were at -2, 5. If I add 4 to the y, it's going to be -2, 9. Then we were at 3, 2. So 3, 2. If I add 4 to the y, that would make it 3, 6. And then we were at 0, -4. If I add 4 to that y, that puts me at 0, 0. So notice my x's stayed the same. All I did was adjust the y's. Everything else stayed the exact same. If you move up or down, that means you're dealing with the y's. So now let's plot our new shape. Our new shape is going to be at -6, 6. So right here. -2, 9. So connect those two. 3, 6. I'm going to connect these. That was terrible. These lines are all terrible. There we go. There we go. And then 0, 0. Perfect. Perfect. There's our new shape. So we took what we had, that shape, and we just moved it up 4. Now, when it says shift right, that's on the x-axis. So if I started here and I went right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm taking the x and I'm adding 5 to it. So I'm going to keep the same original points. -6, 2, that stays the same. -2, 5, that stays the same. 3, 2, that stays the same. 0, negative 4. The same points. But now this time, I have to go through and add 5 to all of these x's. So when I negative 6 plus 5, that's going to give me negative 1, 2. Negative 2 plus 5, that's going to give me 3, 5. 3, 2, so 3 plus 5, it's going to be 8, 2. 0 plus 5, that's going to be 5, negative 4. So again, notice, I just took my x's and added 5 to them. So plot our new points. Negative 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 2, 5, negative 4. And of course, we got to connect the dots. There we go. We shifted it right 5. So we went from our original and went to the right 5. Okay, down 3. So if I was at 0, 0 and I had to go down 3, I would end up at 0, negative 3. That means I'll take the y and subtract 3 from it. So we still have our same original points. Negative 6, 2. I'm going to write those out here. Negative 6, 2. And then we had negative 2, 5. Negative 2, 5. 3, 2. And 0, negative 4. But now to those, we have to take our y's and subtract 3 from all of them. The x's, they all are going to stay the same. So I'm just going to go and write them in because they're not changing. We subtract 3 from the y, so 2 minus 3. That's going to be negative 1. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 3, negative 1. Negative 4 minus 3, negative 7. So again, this y minus 3, I just take the y's, take the original y's, and I subtract 3 from them. The x's stay the same. And then we plot our new points. Negative 6, negative 1, right here. Negative 2, 2. Positive 3, negative 1. 0, negative 7. Then we draw our lines between them. Okay, left 2. So think about this. If I were at 0, 0 and I went left 2, where would I go? 1. No, that was right 2. Left 2. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. 1, 2. So I take the x and I'll subtract 2 from it. So we're going to take our original points. Negative 6, 2. Negative 2, 5. 3, 2. 0, negative 4. We're going to take those 4 points, but this time do x minus 2. So negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. 2. Negative 2 minus 2. Negative 4. 5. 3 minus 2. 1. 2. 0 minus 2. Negative 2. Negative 4. So we just, with this translation, we took our x's and we subtracted 2 from them. That's all we did. So then we plot our new points. Negative 8, 2. Negative 4, 5. 1, 2. Negative 2, negative 4. Then we connect our dots. There we go. Okay, so that's just moving left, right, up, and down. You're either changing the x or changing the y. So they want us to identify the location of each point under the translation x minus 4, y plus 3. So let's write down the originals out here. So this is the original points we're going to put out here. And then we'll translate it based on how they tell us. So A initially is at 4, 5. B initially is at negative 3, 2. C initially is at negative 7, negative 7. D initially is at 7, negative 3. E initially is up here at 0, 7. And then F initially is at negative 8, 0. Okay, so when it says to do this translation, x minus 4, y plus 3, that's what we have to do. We have to do 4 minus 4 and 5 plus 3. This 4 and this 5 came from our original point. The minus 4 and the plus 3 came from the translation. That's where these, like that minus 4 and that plus 3 came from right here. 4 minus 4 is 0. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay. Negative 3 minus 4. 2 plus 3. Okay. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then we keep going in that fashion. Negative 7 minus 4 is negative 11. Negative 7 plus 3, negative 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. 7 plus 3 is 10. Negative 8 minus 4 is negative 12. 0 plus 3 is 3. So if you're still like, what the heck did he do to get all those? I did negative 7 minus 4. Negative 7 plus 3. Negative 7 minus 4 is the negative 11. Negative 7 plus 3 is the negative 4. The next one I did 7 minus 4 to get 3. Negative 3 plus 3. That gave me the 0. negative 0 minus 4, 7 plus 3, negative 4, 10. Negative 8 minus 4, 0 plus 3, negative 12, 3. That's all I did. Okay, so they give us this triangle and they want us to redraw the figure according to the following directions. So we have to reflect over the x-axis, meaning I want it to look like a mirror image. If I reflect over the x-axis, that means I'm reflecting over this line right here. That look terrible. See if I can do a better job. I'm reflecting over that line. So if I put the original one up here, which I'm going to erase it once we draw it, but if I put the original one that's at 2, 3, and then 2, 8, and then 5, 6. Those are my original dots. I want to reflect it over the x-axis. I want to make it like I'm looking in a mirror. So what would this be? Well, I went 3 up from 2, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 down from 2. I'm going to go 8 down. This is, instead of at 5, 6, it's going to be at 5, negative 6. That way it looks like I am looking in a mirror. And then we'll throw those away. But see, if I were to move this kind of over here and this triangle be here, I reflected it over. I flipped it. A reflection is like a flip. We flipped it over the line. So just to write down what I did. I know some of y'all are very like points oriented. So my original points were 2, 3, 2, 8, and 5, 6. When we reflect over the x-axis, we make the y's negative, or make y's opposite. So our new points would be 2, negative 3, 2, negative 8, 5, negative 6. That's a terrible cloud, but anyways, that's what we did there. Okay. Now they want us to reflect across the y-axis. So we want to make a mirror image across this axis. Well, so we're going to flip it. Reflect means to flip. But in this case, since it's the y-axis, we're going to make the x's the opposite. So instead of 2, 3, we're going to have negative 2, 3. Instead of 2, 8, we're going to have negative 2, 8. Instead of 5, 6, we're going to have negative 5, 6. So negative 2, 3. Negative 2, 8. Negative 5, 6. Make sure I'm on the right line. That's not negative 5. There we go. Negative 5, 6, right there. Connect your dots. There we go. Now we're going to reflect over x equals 1. That's going to be a vertical line. This one's going to be a little tricky. So I'm gonna do both pictures on one, meaning our original. So this is x equals 1. I put in the dotted line. That's what I'm going to kind of make a dotted box around it. That's represented by the x equals 1. Now our original, I'm going to put on here. At 2, 3, 2, 8, and 5, 6. Now again, this is the original. This isn't the answer. This is the original. Okay, now, when I reflect over the line x equals 1, think of x equals 1 as like a mirror. He is looking into a mirror. Well, where does he reflect? This point is 1 over, so he's going to go 1 over there. That point's 1 over there. So here's going to be that line. This point, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the line. So going the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the line. Right here. There's our new. That's how we reflected him over. I flipped him over the line x equals 1. Okay. Redraw the figure according to the following rotations. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and do this a slightly different way. Here we did it points based. Now I'm going to draw the original figure in black, and then we'll draw the new one in orange. So A is at 3, 3. So I'm going to go and put A at 3, 3 in black. And then B is at 7, 3. Okay, then 9, 9. Okay, so okay, this is the original. Okay, we want to rotate clockwise. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Clockwise is going to the right. About A. So A is right here. I want to rotate this 90 degrees clockwise about A. Meaning A is like my pivot. A is my pivot point. So A has to stay. But then this is going to rotate 90 degrees. So this one's going to have to come down 90 degrees. Which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, that's my new point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to kind of label these inside. That was A, B, C, D. This is B, that's C, that's D. Okay, there's my other point. So this is going to be the new rectangle. What I did, this is now A prime, this is B prime, C prime, D prime. This is my new one. I took it and I pivoted it around A. A stayed in place. And I just rotated it. I'm going to erase the original now that we've drawn the picture. I'm going to erase the original. That's rotating it around A. Okay, now we need to rotate 90 degrees clockwise around B. So let me draw in the original again. So the original was at 3, 3 is where we began. So 3, 3. Went to 3, 9. And then 7, 3. Okay, this is the original right here. And point B is down here. So if I rotate 90 degrees clockwise around B, that means B is my pivot. B has to stay. But then I'm rotating clockwise, so this point has to come down. That side is 6 long, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I can go and put my other points without thinking too much. Because it's a rectangle. Okay. So this is our new one. It's the new. It rotated around B. So this is B prime. This is A prime. This is C prime, D prime. This was the original A, the original C, the original D. That may be what I do. I need to do the new in black and the old in orange. Then I can have both. They can coexist. Okay, so let me put the new one on here in orange. Okay, so wait, where did we begin? I think we began at 3-3. Yeah, 3-3 to 7-3. Okay, so 3-3 to 7-3. And then we went up to 9. That looks terrible. A, B, C, D. Okay, rotate 180 degrees around A. So that means this B has to not only move 90, it's got to go a full 180. We're going to say it's clockwise. Because even if it were counterclockwise, it would be the same result. So the A is going to stay in place. A is going to stay in place. Undo. No, don't go all the way to the top. Why? Why? Okay. So this B now has to go 4 in the other direction. This is going to be my new B. So this is A prime. This is B prime. That means C, let me 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to have to be C prime. And then D prime is down here. Here's our new rectangle. That's ugly. So A stayed where it was. Anytime it says around a point, that means this is your pivot. That is your pivot. So it's going to stay, and everything's just going to rotate around it. So, like I said, this is our new. This orange one is the original. Okay, I'm going to draw the original in one last time. There, there. There. And there. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, rotate 180 around B. So now B is our pivot. So that means not only does A have to rotate up, it's got to rotate again. B is our pivot. B stays in place. So that means A has to swing 1, 2, 3. A's got to swing all the way around to here. That's A prime. This is B prime. Like, how's that a new B? It stayed in place. Well, it kind of did. Okay, if B stays in place, there's A, C. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, so B's here, A's there. C's going to have to go 6 down. C is going to have to be down here now. Because A swung over, that means C swings and then swings. So C is going to be C prime down here. And then D prime is going to be right below A. There we go. Here's our new rectangle. So this is the new. This one is the original. Okay, so that's rotating. You have to rotate around a pivot point. In this case, they were telling us either A or B. This next page, we're looking at dilations. Now, we've already done a day of dilations. We did that the first day of Unit 9. I know it's been a while ago, but we've done it. Remember, dilations you're making either larger or smaller. And you have to do that for each point. So we have to get our original points here. Let's do it just like we learned it. So 0, 0. That's a point. Then we went to negative 6, 4. And then negative 6, negative 6. Okay. So if I do a scale factor of 1/2, I have to take and multiply all of my points times, you guessed it, 1/2. So that would be still 0, 0. Half of 6 is 3, so negative 3, 2. And then negative 3, negative 3. So 0, 0. Negative 3, 2. Negative 3, negative 3. Down here. This is our triangle. Okay. Scale factor of 2. Well, what do we have to do? 0, 0 stays 0, 0. Negative 6 becomes negative 12. 4 becomes 8. Then we have negative 12, negative 12. So 0, 0, yes. Negative 12's all the way out up to 8. Negative 12, negative 12. So that's when we blew up. That looks terrible. Still looks terrible, but that's what we're going with. Okay, 15. Triangle ABC is translated so that A is mapped to A prime. What are the ordered pairs of B prime and C prime? Okay, so what did we do? All mapped is a fancy way of saying is moved. So how did we move A? What did we do? We went 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all we did. We went up 2 over 6. So with the C, let's do the same. Go up 2. 1, 2, and then over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the new C prime. With B, do the same. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the new B prime. I'm going to erase all these markings so we can see our new triangle. So the new triangle is right here. Okay, what are the ordered pairs for B prime? B prime is at 8, 7. C prime is at 10, 3. That's all it's asking for. Okay. Now, this one, they're asking us individual questions. We don't have to move the whole shape. We just have to look at individual questions. Okay, if count is reflected across the line y equals x, what will the coordinates of n prime be? Well, let's draw the line y equals x in there. Okay, so we're going to take this and flip it over the line. So C is kind of flipping around C basically. If we flip it around C, think of this like that, then that's going to have to go 2 over. So T would go here. That means N would go there. So T, N, it just asks for N. So if we look, to get to the line, there's our N, so then go the other side. This is N prime. What are the coordinates for N prime? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 5. Okay. If count is translated 3 down, so 3 down, left 4, where will T prime be? So go to T. We want to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the new T right here. There's T prime. What are the coordinates? 1, negative 2. Okay. If count is dilated by a scale factor of 1/2 about the origin, what will be the coordinates of U prime? Well, U is at 3, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. U is at 3, 5. We're dilating by a scale factor of 1/2. So U prime, we have to do 3 times 1/2 and 5 times 1/2. Which is going to get the new U prime, which is 3 halves, 5 halves. Okay. If count is rotated 90 degrees clockwise about C, what will the coordinates of T prime be? So C is our pivot. This is going to be our pivot. We got to go 90 degrees clockwise. Well, it's T. So T is going to have to go that direction. Let me erase this from the old stuff. Well, how many from C was T? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be our new t. So what are those coordinates? Those coordinates are 1, 2, 3. So 1, negative 3. And then if count is reflected over the y-axis, what are the coordinates of O prime? So we're going to reflect over the y-axis, this axis right here, reflect over it. So here's O, this would be O prime. It'd be at negative 1, 3. Negative 1, 3. Okay, so I know this was a long lesson. This is all we're doing today. We're not doing the assignment today. That'll be tomorrow. That'll be the next day. For now, this is it. But I want you to remember, you're loved. You are created to do wonderful things. And you are awesome. Always believe.